Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. We are going to continue our conversation about moving beyond the diagnosis. So, for those of you who do not know me, I am Lina. I'm the founder and president of Forever Healed. We are a nonprofit, and what we do is we assist those who are suffering from a broken heart due to a loss of any kind. We want to help them to recover, reclaim, and restore their lives. I have my master's in human services counseling with a concentration in crisis and trauma, an advanced grief recovery method specialist, and a director in corporate America. So, how do we help individuals to restore, reclaim, and recover? We offer one-to-one grief recovery classes as well as group classes. We present the grief and empathy training in corporate America, and we facilitate grief trainings in churches. We are very proud partners of the Richmond Police Department Homicide Support Group and the Richmond City Sheriff's Office. So for those of you who join us every couple of weeks, you know what to do. Show me some love. Let me know that you are here and where you are watching from. So again, tonight we are going to continue our conversation regarding moving beyond a diagnosis. I'm going to be a little vulnerable tonight and share a little testimony with all of you regarding a personal challenge that I had to persevere, just to bring you some hope, to bring you some, to help increase your faith, right? And to just bring you some joy. And I'm going to be talking about this individual tonight. So thank you, Salonda, for joining. She is my personal trainer, but she has also been very key in checking in on me and making sure that I'm okay. And we're going to talk about that tonight, right? And we talk about how do we support those who have been given a diagnosis? How do we show up for them? So I'm going to talk to you tonight about how she has showed up for me. So I'm glad that she popped in tonight. So thank you for being here, Skalanda. So we're going to continue our conversations, right? Moving beyond a diagnosis. How do we move beyond the diagnosis? So did you know that a diagnosis that impedes your physical abilities can trigger emotions of grief? How many of you guys knew that? If you knew that, put a 1 in the chat. If you knew that, put a 1 in the chat. Hey sis, thank you for being my biggest supporter. I love you so much. I love seeing you out here. Thank you so much. So a diagnosis that impedes your physical abilities can trigger emotions of grief. Originally, y'all, I was going to start sharing information regarding grief around the holidays, right? Because it's that time. However, my pastor, Dr. Derwin Hickman Sr., said something that confirmed that we needed to shift our focus tonight a little bit. And this is what he said, and I quote, "Don't allow your mind to take you out of the running." Don't allow your mind to take you out of the running. So I implore you not to allow the diagnosis to take you out of the running. So many of you know that I love working out. It's a passion of mine. It relieves stressors. I enjoy pushing myself and seeing the results of my labor. I enjoy pushing myself and seeing the results of my labor. But what happens when you can't do that? And some of you may have seen these photos before. This is a picture I'm so proud of. I saw a lot of results with my trainer, Salonda Whitfield Williams. She's on here tonight. She would push me, and these are some of the results that I was receiving. Right? I was on cloud 9. I was excited about working out and just ready for the next level in my training with her. Hi, Sister Pat. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. We got some good stuff tonight. So what happens when we can no longer enjoy the things that brought joy to our hearts? What happened when we can no longer participate in the activities in which we once enjoyed? How do we not allow our minds to take us out of the running? So what happened with me? One morning I woke up and my finger was swollen on one of my hands. It was very painful. It was just my finger, right? So, okay, I keep pushing. And then my foot started to hurt. And it would almost feel like if I put a lot of pressure on my foot, it felt like my bones were just gonna break. It felt like my bones were literally just going to shatter. That's how much pain I would be in. Hi, Anissa. Thank you for joining. Hi, Anissa. Oh my gosh, thank you for joining. Then the pain moved to my knee, my hip, my back, right? So I had to go to the doctor to see what in the world is going on with me. So I put it to you like this. The medical records list the diagnosis of osteoarthritis. So what they said was, yep, it typically happens on one side and then it will shift to the other side of your body, right? So again, for me, the symptoms manifested in my finger, right? And then it just started just everywhere. So my PCP kept encouraging me to keep moving. So I kept telling my trainer, like, yep, I might be in pain, but my doctor said keep moving. So I worked out. So we would have modified ways to work out, pushing through the pain, right? Don't stop moving, because the PCP said if you stop moving, you progress. So you have to keep moving. So my trainer, again, come up with modifications to enable me to move forward. However, as time went on, I would end up in so much pain and swelling afterwards that it would take months for me to recover. Months. So then I wasn't consistent any longer, because I'm meeting with her, I had to stop so I can recover. Meeting with her, I had to stop so that I can recover. And guess what, y'all? I started grieving. Hi, Minister Ross. I started grieving the fact that I did not work out. That was my normalcy. And I couldn't work out. So I didn't even say anything to my trainer, because I was tired of saying that I'm in pain, I can't do this, Nope. I was grieving. So I went back to my PCP and she told me to swim. Now, I'm not a swimmer. I don't know how to swim. So I'm grieving, and now she done told me to swim. Wow. So I said to her immediately, right, that doubt. Well, I don't know how to swim. I can't swim. And then she said, learn how to swim. Take lessons. Thank you, Solanda. Yeah, she said, take lessons. Learn how to swim. So I said, wow, she didn't take giving up as a response. She told me at first to keep moving. Don't stop moving. And then when it came to a point where we said, okay, you might have to slow down right now, but I need you to swim. Well, I don't know how to. Well, you learn how to swim. So the first point, y'all, you need a pusher. You need a Solanda in your life. You need that PCP in your life that will hold you accountable. Someone who will stand in faith with you. Someone who will share hope with you. Someone who refuses to allow the excuses to overshadow the potential. You need a pusher. Someone who will hold you accountable, someone who will stand in faith with you, someone who will share hope, someone who refuses to allow the excuses to overshadow the potential. Hi, Regina. Thank you for joining tonight. So tonight we're talking about pushing through the diagnosis. What happens when you cannot participate in those activities that you love? Find yourself a pusher. So guess what? I started taking swimming lessons. I refused to bow down to the limitations, the symptoms of the diagnosis. I refuse to lose. More than a conqueror. And so, so one of the first things that I was taught while swimming, y'all, was to float. So when you float, think about it. Your body is almost in a position of a cross, right? With your head laid completely back in the water. They want your ears below the water. And I hope I have some swimmers on here tonight that can help me and can attest to this. Yes, Regina, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? So you're floating. So you're in that cross position and they want your ears, y'all, to be below the water. So we have to learn to float. We have to learn to get in a relaxed position, protecting our ear gates from doubt. We have to understand that the water will not overtake us as long as we stay on the surface. So you're laying there on the surface of the water with your head submerged, your ears beneath the water. And guess what? As long as you hold that position on the surface, you won't sink. You won't sink. Let's see. That's so good. I really do need Solanda. I hope yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I love to swim. Thank you. I'm glad you do, because I want you to chime in on this tonight, Minister Anissa. Yes, taking us out of our comfort zone and not giving up. So those of you who know how to swim, you can attest to what I'm sharing with you. So the first thing they taught me, guys, again, is how to float. Right? So you have your arms out, you're floating, you're in that position, you're protecting your ear gates from doubt. Because when you're under the water, it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. So the second thing, we have to be still and shut out negative words. Be still. I had to be still, y'all, and just shut out the negative words, even the negative words that I was speaking over myself. When you are still, there's a calmness that will overtake you in the water. You lay there in the proper position, knowing and trusting that you will not sink. The minute you shift your head, come on, Anissa, you sink. Your body's following the movement of your head. The minute you start to focus on what may happen, oh my gosh, I'm never going to work out with Solanda again. I'm never going to be able to do this again. They said I can't run. They say I can't jump. They say I can't squat. They say I can't lunge. What if I never? Then you will begin to sink in depression. You will sink in self-doubt. You will sink in what you can't do versus what you can do. The minute you start focusing on what may happen. Yes. 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 So after the floating technique, I was taught the breathing techniques. So I had to learn how to inhale above the water and you exhale with your face in the water, underneath the water. What? This was so uncomfortable to me at first, y'all. It didn't feel natural. It was awkward and it forced me outside of my comfort zone. What do you mean exhale under the water? And they said, I want to see the bubbles to make sure that you are exhaling underneath the water. So again, sometimes, things may shift in your life. You may have a diagnosis, something temporary going on. It may be permanent. I don't know. But I'm telling you, shift your mindset. Shift your mindset. Push yourself out of that comfort zone. I had to push myself out of my comfort zone. So it didn't feel natural. It was awkward. It forced me outside of my comfort zone, y'all. And there are some people that you may know that they have to use adaptive equipment. And you may get frustrated because they don't use this equipment. But you know why they don't use it? Because it feels strange. They want to be independent. They want to feel secure in what they once knew. They want to feel secure in what was once familiar. They're grieving. So what did I do? Oh, I had to practice my breathing, y'all. Yes, I came home and I filled the sink up with water, and I would put my face in the water, and I would exhale, and I would turn my head, and I would inhale, and I would put my face in the water, and I would exhale, and I would turn my head, and I would inhale, and I just kept doing it over and over and over and over again until it felt natural. Hey, Mother Shirley, thank you for joining. I love her so much. So I had to shift my mindset. And I said, you know what? I'm going to come home and I'm going to practice this. I'm going to learn how to do this until it doesn't feel awkward to me anymore. Right? So number 3, take a breath. Take a breath. I want you to draw in what you can do. I want you to draw in a posture of gratitude. I want you to draw in the possibilities of restoration. And I want you to expel doubtful, limiting thoughts. I want you to expel toxicity. I want you to expel those things that aren't speaking life. I want you to breathe. I had to take a breath, y'all. And the last thing they taught me was how to freestyle. So now I had to use all the techniques, the breathing techniques, the kicking techniques. I had to put my arms to it. All these things together, it helped me to propel from one end of that pool to the other end of that pool. I began to move forward. Now I may not have been moving as fast as the people in the next lanes beside me, but nevertheless, I was moving. Thank you, Anissa. I was moving. And I even had people would come to the side of the pool. Let me tell you, encouragement is the universal language. I would have people to come to the side of the pool, different races, cultures, and they would just put their thumbs up because they wanted me to keep going. Sometimes they can see when I was like, oh, I get a little frustrated with trying to breathe or felt like I wasn't doing it right. And they would come to the side of the pool, y'all, and they would put their thumbs up. Keep going. Keep going. So the last thing, small strokes. So take small strokes that will enable you to reach and exceed your goals. One kick at a time, one breath at a time, one movement at a time. If you are a believer, one prayer at a time, one praise at a time, one word at a time. So even with swimming, right, as with faith, it begins in the mind. See, it began with me seeing myself swimming before it manifested. I had to see myself swimming. I had to see myself back in the gym with Solanda. I had to see my muscles and joints getting stronger. I had to see it first. And I saw myself swimming up and down that pool. I saw it. I said, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I might be in my 50s, but I'm going to learn something new because I'm going to keep moving this body. Nothing is going to stop me from being healthy. Nothing is going to stop me from getting that progression back. Nothing is going to stop me from doing that. My doctor was a pusher. My trainer is a pusher. But what if you're not pushing yourself? And that's what grief will do. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. We got some applause. We got some awesome. We got some yes. Yeah. So I had to get on here tonight and encourage you because I'm grateful for my support system. So again, speaking of Solanda, yeah, plug all day, because she never called me to say, hey, what's going on? Where are you? Why are you not working out? She could have. But you know what? She called me to say, how are you? I'm just checking in. How many of us share those little posts on Facebook? Check in on those, It's cute to put it on your Facebook page, but are you really doing it? She texts me, she calls me. She asks me about my mother-in-law. She asks me how I'm doing. She will say, hey, if you just need brunch, if you just need to go to lunch, if you just need to talk, I'm here. Not once was there pressure about when you're going to come back. What's wrong with you? You need to be, no judgment. Because I know she's just waiting. She's going to be there, waiting with open arms to pick right back up where we left off. You need pushers in your life. You need encouragers in your life. So if you know someone who's growing through a situation such as this, I want you to be a pusher. I want you to be a pusher of love. I want you to be a pusher of hope. I want you to be a pusher of encouragement. I want you to be a pusher also of accountability. Because she loves me. And when I go there and say, she always asks, well, what are your restrictions? So I know what to do and not to do. But she do not allow me to use it as an excuse. Well, you can do this, right? Yeah, okay. Well, let's do it. And encourage me through. So that's what I look forward to getting back to. She has called and offered to be a heart with ears. She checks in on me to make sure I'm okay mentally and physically. These are the people that you want in your corner. This is how you support others. You be there. You listen to their needs. What are they not saying? Can you order meals for them? Can you have their house clean? Because you know what? There were some days where I couldn't get out of bed. I had to slide out of my bed. There were some days where my son had to put me on a toilet stool. Yeah. Humiliating. Because I couldn't walk. But they want to be there. So we have to solicit help from others, especially if you are a caregiver. Make sure you have a community of folks that are helping you and giving you time to refresh and restore. I had another friend who offered to come to my training sessions and cheer me on during my last session. See, just encourage them, even when it may seem hard to them. She tells me, wow, you're in your 50s and you learned something new. That's so cool. That's amazing. So it may seem like a small step, guys, but it's a big thing to somebody else who's watching on the sideline. Because what's she going to do now? What's she going to do now? They're watching. Thank you. Thank you. That's what it's all about, inspiring one another. Yes, she is awesome at what she does. Yeah, it's so easy to give up. You're welcome. Yeah, that's the easy way out, right, Regina? And I didn't want to take the easy way out. I wanted to take the way out that was a little more uncomfortable, that's going to push me. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome, Minister. We have to be transparent. And actually tonight I said, let's just take the mask off. Let's take the mask off and let's just talk about it. Because y'all see them pictures out there and y'all be like, woo, but you don't know what somebody's going through. And I like to say growing through. You don't know what somebody's growing through. Because sometimes we think that, it's noble to get to the other side. But if there was no change in you when you got to the other side, there's nothing noble about that. All right. So it's about the growth, right? When before you get to the other side, while you're getting there, was there a change in you? And I had to start practicing gratitude. Thank you, Doris. I appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that tonight. I just wanted to get out here and encourage. I wanted to get, come out here and just inspire you. I wanted to be transparent and just encourage you. So I hope that it encouraged you. If you know someone who may be going through a physical diagnosis that's limiting their abilities, please share this video, guys. Share it, like it. I appreciate all the comments and everybody being so vibrant and live tonight. I really appreciate it. It makes my job a lot easier when I get out of here. I appreciate all of you. I pray that this broadcast brings hope and life to your situation. So let me check. Let me do a last check to make sure I don't see any questions. I love you too. I love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you, Regina. I'm glad it did encourage you. So I'm speaking peace over all of you who are watching tonight and those who are going to watch the broadcast. I'm speaking peaceful rest over you and I want you to walk in your healing. God bless, and everybody have a great night. Thank you.